you don't hit your numbers and don't hit these, KPIs throughout the week, your average just gets stretched out over a longer time horizon. So I'm going to give you an example and make this, trying to really make this make sense. If you're closing 20% and you're brand new, that's not bad. Like, you're doing decent. You can still make money at even a 20% closing percentage, even at 15%. Like, you can make money at whatever closing percentage. But the thing is that you have to get enough offers out for it to make sense. So if you're newer, you have to get a lot of offers out. And I got rejected 4 times yesterday. I get 5 offers out every day, like clockwork. And the whole thing is that I don't let it emotionally impact me. My actions stay the same no matter what. I was at this lock-in the other day and I got rejected 3 times in a row in front of people. And they were like, wow, like, you're not even annoyed. And I was like, nah, the numbers always work themselves out. Like, why would I be annoyed? Like, this is just the business. So you have to be willing to sit in there and take the rejection when it comes and deal with the highs and lows, because there's always an average. And so my point being, step 1, if you can work the schedule, I always say at least 40 hours a week. You got to at least hit 40. Like, let's start there. And what's a dial session? It's a 4-hour time block where you're doing outbound, running appointments, setting appointments. Like, you're actively looking for people to present to for that time. And it's not like for like 3 hours and 30 minutes, like 4 hours, like lock it in, let's be effective and work, right? I mean, again, you're going to work 40 hours for somebody else. You might as well do it for yourself. Within that, you're trying to hit 5 presentations a day. Over the course of a week, that's 25 a week. So like 20% closing ratio, you're closing 5. What we find is that most agents just don't hit the numbers because they don't work enough. That's what I've learned over this business. So, and that's okay if that's your goal. But like, if you really, really, like when I got in the business and I started to do really good, people would ask me, what are you doing? And when I looked back, I was just getting 5 presentations a day. I wasn't my closing percentage now isn't even that great, so I can dive into all that, but I just get a lot of offers out. I ask enough people and I make enough sales because of the offers. On the skill side of things, I think we'll talk about like objections and stuff like that in a second, but you said leads was the other thing. Leads, I do digital. I just think it's easier to talk to people that have like just filled something out versus like an aged lead. Mailers, I just don't think it's incredibly scalable long-term to like lock out counties and stuff. So I personally like digital. I've tried every lead source digital. They're all the same. Like for the most part, if it's a lower cost per lead, you're gonna get more leads. They're gonna be a little bit less intentful. Higher cost per lead, it's a little bit higher intent and you're not gonna get as many of them. The ratio stays the same of your ROI though. Like you either just have to make a little bit more phone calls to talk to more people if they're less intentful, or you make less phone calls and you still get the same amount of appointments and presentations and everything else, because it's, the volume like makes that math work, if that makes sense. Anything else on that topic that you wanted me to touch on?
No, I think you hit a ton of points what I want to highlight too. I love what you said there. So you have your agency making sure that, hey, the goal should be 5 presentations a day. Like that is huge. Because I remember being a new agent, right, way back in like 2021. And like all new agents, like if anyone is thinking like my hand's way up here, but I would make some dials, right? And then also I get like super discouraged because let's be honest, right? In sales, I feel like with everybody, it never works out the way you envision it when you join, right? Like I remember joining the insurance industry thinking like, holy cow, I'm gonna make millions of dollars, thinking I was gonna be awesome at this, right?